Hello there, you're watching India Today television. Now, our country is often referred to as the world's diabetes capital, with over 100 million adults currently living with type 2 diabetes. A significant chunk of the population deals or battles obesity as well. The launch of Ozempic, the global phenomenon, has sparked significant discussion about its potential to transform public health outcomes across the nation. Ozempic, since its introduction, has become a widely adopted medication across the globe with strong presence in North America, Europe and fast-growing adoption in Asia-Pacific regions. Since the approval from FDA in 2017, Ozempic prescriptions have soared, with millions of patients adopting the therapy globally. We've seen known and unknown people really coming out and openly sharing their positive experiences on Ozempic, a first of its kind. This time-tested medicine has changed the way people perceive healthcare and the usual patient-doctor interaction. I'm Sneha Mordani, and today I'm being joined by a distinguished panel of diabetologists, endocrinologists who've been working in this area, and all of them for decades together, really. Thanking Dr. A.G. Unnikrishnan for joining us, Dr. Arpandeep Bhattacharya, Dr. S.K. Wangnu, and Dr. A.K. Singh. I appreciate your time. Thank you for connecting in. Our discussion is going to focus on how Ozempic might really address India's diabetes and weight crisis, how it has changed the HCP patient interaction dynamics globally, and the potential for public health improvement. Dr. A.G. Unnikrishnan, let's start with a basic question. What really is this medicine? What is Ozempic, and what do you use this medication for, really?
Thank you for the question. Ozempic is a medication that offers powerful sugar control, compelling weight loss and organ protection, namely heart and kidney protection. It is a once-weekly injectable drug which was introduced in 2018 and is long awaited in India. Ozempic has shown consistent results in terms of blood sugar control, with about 80% patients achieving the substantial A1C control of less than 7%. A1C or HbA1c is an index, a 3-monthly index of blood glucose control. For millions of Indians with diabetes and weight-related issues, Ozempic could be an ideal solution to manage their blood glucose as well as weight, and thus improve their quality of life.
You know, patients in India often struggle to control their diabetes for years together. So how does the use of Ozempic change that story?
Now, if you see, early treatment in diabetes is crucial because it helps protect blood vessels and organs from long-term damage. It reduces the risk of serious complications and improves both the quality and the length of life. There is a lot of inertia for initiation of diabetes therapy in India for two key reasons. One, we often do not accept that we have diabetes. People with diabetes often do not accept that they have diabetes, and also people do not want the hassle of daily therapies. With a focus on awareness, counseling, and the convenience of reduced injections, we can work on changing this scenario. Ozempic or injection semaglutide, which is a once-weekly medication, is a well-recognized molecule, a well-recognized name that could play a huge role in improving the timely start of treatment. Well, Ozempic can be initiated at the start of the treatment journey for the patient, and with powerful blood glucose control and compelling weight loss that it offers, the early initiation of Ozempic could help patients to better manage their long-term complications affecting the heart and kidney as well.
I'm also going to bring in Dr. Arpandeep Bhattacharya in this conversation. Dr. Bhattacharya, there has been so much buzz about the weight loss and this discussion, of course, involving Ozempic. How good really are these weight loss medicines, and what about the benefits of them?
Right. Thank you very much. Thanks for your introduction. So let me just start a little bit. Now, we are talking of a molecule which is the brand name is Ozempic, is marketed by Novo Nordisk company. The scientific name is called semaglutide. A little bit of a technicality, if I tell, it will be easy to understand. Now, this is a molecule which increases insulin level and reduces the anti-insulin hormone glucagon, and thereby it is being developed as a treatment for diabetes. Now, also, I must tell you, this is a protein molecule, so you cannot take by mouth. Stomach is going to digest. So, Ozempic is an injection. It is a duration of action is longer, so it is good for once in a week injection. Now, let's talk about this now. This molecule has been developed as a diabetes molecule. It is wonderfully controlling the diabetes. Now, while developing this, we have realized that it is also causing a lot of weight reduction. And 70% of our people, Indian people with the type 2 diabetes, is a problem of overweight or obesity. You remember, 2 out of 3 people in India with the type 2 diabetes either overweight or obese. So this is a wonderful molecule because we are getting around, an average around 10% weight loss. Imagine somebody comes to us with a diabetes which is uncontrolled, and we are starting this molecule from 90 kg, he can come to 80, 81 kg and also had a good diabetes control. But that's not the end of the story. The story is this is like a miracle medicine. Other than weight and for diabetes, it is a very good molecule for the heart. And this has all been proven, scientifically published data, a proper clinical trial gone. So it is good for the heart. It is good for the prevention of the kidney problem. It is good for the diabetic feet. It reduces the amputation rate. It's a miracle medicine. Now, you may think that it is a diabetes molecule. So if somebody comes to me with a overweight but doesn't have diabetes, what will you do? And that's the beauty of this GLP-1 receptor molecule is that if the sugars are high, it will bring down to normal level. But if the sugars are normal, it will not go to low. So low sugar doesn't happen. So people who are overweight or obese, we can use this molecule even if they don't have diabetes.
You know, as far as the meaning of this weight loss is concerned, talk to us a little about the magnitude of this weight loss and why does it really become meaningful and how?
Well, this is important question. Now, if you think of, say, 20, 30, 40 years, probably we are changing now. So anybody who is overweight, we used to tell them they're healthy. Correct? A child who is overweight, we used to tell healthy. It's actually completely wrong. Obesity, or now what we call as ABCD, adiposity-based chronic disorder, is actually a disease. A lot of problems, including diabetes, cholesterol, uric acid, cardiovascular system problems, stroke, kidney disease, and so on, increases if your weight increases. And we do this by a parameter called body mass index, BMI. For us, Indian people, normal BMI is 23 or less. So anybody who is more than 25, 23 to 25 is overweight, more than 25 is obesity. So as the BMI goes up, 25, 28, 30, 32, 35, all the problem comes. And this is what we need to make ourselves believe, that obesity is a chronic disorder and we need to handle this. Just controlling the weight will have a lot of benefit on the cardiovascular system, on the cancer mortality, overall survival. Not only this, and studies have been clearly proven that as the time is going up, our average body mass index in the general population is increasing. I mean, you blame it fast food, you blame it lack of exercise, you blame it on our technologies, and we are stuck to the phone and different gadgets. But the fact is that it is very important that we need to realize, everybody needs to realize, you need to keep your body mass index in the correct range, including another parameter which is very easy to see, which is called waist circumference. You just see in the level of umbilicus what is your waist, or in the men, particularly when you're using trouser, what is the number of the waist you are using.
I'm bringing in Dr. S.K. Wangnu in this conversation now. Dr. Wangnu, these benefits sound like a game changer, really, isn't it? As some have called it. Well, Doctor, how does Ozempic really fit in India's current health situation, our scenario?
Ozempic is the most prescribed GLP-1 receptor agonist in the world, and it is approved as the first line medication for people with diabetes, which means that it can be used right after managing diet and exercise or the lifestyle or even at the start of the treatment. It provides weight loss and organ protection, making it a great fit for any patient who needs to control their blood sugar as well as weight.
Right, that's good. How confident are you in using Ozempic in your day-to-day practice?
Millions of type 2 diabetes patients worldwide are currently using Ozempic for diabetes as well as the weight management. The sheer volume of use and the consistent results across diverse population underscore its effectiveness and safety profile when used correctly under the medical supervision. Simply put, almost every diabetes patient walking into my clinic can be initiated on Ozempic for either sugar control and or weight reduction is and it is finally available in India is a great news. Ozempic is also easy to initiate with the lowest dose, that is 0.25 milligram. It has to be given once in a week for 4 weeks. This low dose is mainly to help your body to get used to the medicine and reduce the side effects like nausea and vomiting. We can shift the patient to the next dose, 0.5 milligram, where the patient can stay for at least another 4 weeks, and then further shift it to the maximum dose of 1 milligram, which can be maintained for long-term sugar control and the weight loss.
And what about the prices of this medicine? What do you have to say about the costing of the Ozempic medication?
Well, rather than thinking of the price of the Ozempic, one should think of it an investment in preventing the long-term complication and the hospital visits later on. With the powerful sugar control and the compelling weight loss Ozempic offers, it is important that Ozempic medication seems beneficial and worth the investment for the patient. I'm sure a compelling price makes Ozempic accessible to a huge set of Indian population. Again, I would urge the audience to assess the long-term value it adds over just the price. Think of the long-term prevention of complications.
Dr. A.K. Singh, to you now, with Ozempic being used across the globe, many trending topics like Ozempic face, Ozempic body make rounds, in the internet. Does this really concern the safety of this product?
These word coined by actually media. In academic, parlance, there is nothing called Ozempic face, Ozempic teeth, etc., etc. Look, we have a, trial with Ozempic done in more than 17,000 patients, more than 5 million people currently using this molecule. There is no such word existing in the medical literature. Now, this is all perception. If you lose weight, naturally you lose weight also from the different part of the body including face. Remember, the face fat is the last fat to go from your body. Now if somebody says somebody has got a double chin, if you lose weight, of course your this double chin will regress. This should not be called a Ozempic face. This is just a removal of fat from your facial area. Remember, we are using this drug not only for reducing body weight. Ozempic has got a Himalayan data to suggest that these are the group of drugs that not only lowers body weight, blood glucose, but take care of your cardiovascular profile, takes care of your kidney. We have got a enough trial now that suggests that someone using Ozempic will develop less heart attack compared to placebo or those not using Ozempic. Somebody using Ozempic in people with kidney disease will have a less progression of kidney disease compared to those who are not using Ozempic. So the benefit of the drug exceeds any side effect.
There have been concerns about side effects for this medication as well for Ozempic. What do you have to say?
Well, GLP-1 class of drug has got a well-known side effect of gastrointestinal system. So, if you are starting with a low dose, which is classically recommended, normally you do not tend to develop the GI side effect. By virtue of its mechanism of action, GLP-1 agonist, including Ozempic, works through intestine. Primarily, it delays your gastric emptying time. Therefore, If you are starting initially, patients complaints of nausea, vomiting, sometimes constipation, sometimes diarrhea. These are minor side effects. Now, if you are starting with a low dose, these side effects are not seen. If somebody is starting in a rush with a higher dose, then you develop these GI side effects. Secondly, these GI side effect, which is a known side effects of GLP-1 because this is how it works, in a lower dose, these GI side effects are pretty less, and over the time, this disappears. So the simple funda is you start with a lowest dose, you build up the dose after a certain point of time. For example, for Ozempic, you need with the smallest dose 0.25 milligram. Then you after 1 month, you go up to 0.5 milligram. Then you continue for 1 month. Then you go to 1 milligram. This is the dose of Ozempic. Say someone has developed GI side effect, even with a smallest dose of 0.25 milligram, we do not shift 2.5 milligram even after 1 month. You can continue for the next 2 months until this GI side effect disappears. And then you continue with the zero point 0.5 milligram. So although the classical recommendation is to go up every monthly, but if the patient develop these GI side effect, we continue the smaller dose for a longer period of time, and then only we pick up the dose from zero point 0.5 to zero point 0.5 milligram. So these are the known side effects which can be reduced by a smaller dose. Also, certain meals you need to avoid. If you are on a GLP-1 drug, you don't need to consume very fatty foods, rich food in protein. You take a small quantity of food so that you do not develop the GI side effect.
But doctor, at the end of the day, it's still an injection. You think people are going to be ready to accept injections in this form?
This is injection, but this is a nearly a painless injection. If you look at the Ozempic needle, this is one of the finest needle manufactured yet. Uh, so at the in one hand you have got this injection issues for some patient, but also need to remind that this is only once weekly, and the comfort of once weekly versus if you have got any other alternative is completely different. And as I said, this is a nearly painless injections because needle are so fine that you even will not feel that you have injected anything. And I always said that a prick of Ozempic is less than even a mosquito bite. So that's not the issue. I think doctors should discuss with the patient.
All right, so I'm going to end by asking each one of you for a final thought on the potential long-term public health improvement with Ozempic in the country, in India.
Ozempic represents a significant scientific advancement in metabolic disease management. It has the potential to redefine diabetes, weight management, and overall health of patients. The arrival of Ozempic in India has sparked widespread interest for its powerful benefits in blood glucose control, weight management, as well as organ protection. I hope that with the introduction of this molecule, there will be an addition option so that we can control the patient's blood glucose level as well as weight better so that they can live a complication free life of health and wellness.
My concluding remarks will be, so we have a molecule now which looks after both diabetes and overweight or obesity. As I told, 70% of Indian population, Indian people with the type 2 diabetes is either overweight or obese. So we got a miracle molecule to tackle both the situation, which sometimes we label as a diabetes and obesity. And you remember your benefit on the heart, benefit on the kidney, benefit on the feet, benefit on the liver, and benefit of obstructive sleep apnea syndrome. Other than your blood pressure benefit, lipids benefit, and uric acid benefit.
My closing remark will be the Ozempic is a well-known medication globally, and it will transform diabetes management in India, and it's one of a kind benefits and once weekly convenience. Ozempic fits seamlessly into India's health landscape, offering a new treatment option that can be initiated early for both diabetes and the weight management.
With a focus on awareness, access, reach, and right information, we need to refute the myth concerning novel therapies like Ozempic, and we should ensure that a wide range of patients benefit from the same. It has the potential to benefit a lot of patients across the length and breadth of the country. So therefore, one should not hesitate with the media gossip of Ozempic face, Ozempic teeth, etc.
Thanking you all for this insightful discussion, Dr. A.G. Unikrishan, Dr. Arpan Dev Bhattacharya, Dr. S.K. Wangnu and Dr. A.K. Singh. I thank each one of you for sharing your insights on Ozempic. Now, India stands at the crossroads of two epidemics, diabetes and obesity, with over 100 million adults living with type 2 diabetes. Finding sustainable, effective treatments has never really been more urgent. This discussion explored how Ozempic can really help. Of course, there are side effects, mild, temporary, and may occur initially, is what our experts are telling us. But in summary, the global blockbuster holds tremendous promise to change the course of diabetes and obesity in India. With wider awareness, accessibility most importantly, and proper use, it could truly transform public health outcomes nationwide. Thank you for watching India Today and Health 360. I'm Sneha Mordani. Thanking you for the moment. Stay informed, stay healthy. Bye for now.